The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Local sports now.
It's the 302 Sports Friday night downstate game of the week. Welcome to Delaware's premier high school football pregame show, brought to you by Sodell Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. Now let's go live to your host of the Sodell Concepts pregame show, Benny Mitchell.
Local sports.
Hello, everybody. I'm Benny Mitchell here alongside Scott Kammerer. Welcome to Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Tonight we have first-round action in the DIAA Class AAA State Football Tournament. The number 6 seed Dover Senators and the number 3 seed Sussex Central Golden Knights. This is a rematch from October 14th, where the Golden Knights won 21-0. But Scott, some things have changed in personnel for Sussex Central. P.J. Henry, Reef Steen, they're out with season-ending injuries for the Knights. Nasir Guzman is back for Dover. He did not play in that game on October 14th. We both know these two teams have locked down defense, but tonight I think it comes down to who can get the offense going tonight, and there's players all over the field. The spread versus the wing tee. Let me bring in my broadcast partner, Scott Kammerer. Tonight it's Dover Central 2. We saw part 1 of this, and tonight we got a front row seat for round 2. Two legendary coaches go at it tonight, and any 4 of these teams in the bottom half of this bracket could find themselves in the title game. St. George's with the upset victory over number 2 Appoquinimink last night. So whoever wins here tonight, Scott, gets a home game next week in the semifinals.
Yeah, and if you look at this game, Benny, it feels like a playoff. It's not a regular season game. It was 21-0 in the regular season, but like you said, a lot of things have changed. If you look at the season, Coach Chip Knapp really needs to switch some things around to make up for that 3-touchdown differential that happened back in October. Dover has a big win over St. George's, 31-6, and they have a big win over Appoquinimink, 27-14. But like you said, they lost to Sussex Central, 21-0. They knocked off. They lost to Smyrna and they lost to Sally's in a close game. So Dover's going to have to switch some things around. And what we saw last time they played is the Sussex Central defense truly shut down the Dover offense and the playmakers. So the playmakers for Dover are going to have to get into space. Coach Knapp's going to have to come up with some new wrinkles, and Sussex Central is just going to have to do what Sussex Central does, is grind you down with the wing tee and play hard-nosed defense. So that's what we're going to look for tonight.
The Senators, Scott, they have a triple threat in the offense. Quarterback Nassim Cosme, running back Jaquan Kilby, and wide receiver John Parker. Coach Chip Knapp will have to find a way to get those 3 involved, all 3 of those involved in this offense, this time around against Sussex Central. Tyshawn Milligan, he leads the way for the Senators defense. 106 tackles this season, 5 tackles for a loss, 3 fumble recoveries this season. Shakai Tillman has 85 tackles and 5 of the tackles for a loss, plus he has 2 interceptions. While Jalen Powell leads the team with 9 tackles for a loss, he also has 74 tackles. If the Knights are forced to go to the air, Dover has 8 interceptions this season, and if you're T.J. Morris, avoid throwing towards Tyron Abrams, because he's got 3 of those picks.
Yeah, and for me, one of the major things that happened last time they played is they just could not get John Parker the ball. He's got 28 catches, 472 yards, and 3 TDs in the air. He's got 195 rushing and 5 TDs on the ground. They did not get him the ball. Sussex Central shut him down, so they got to find a way to get him the ball. And as Kilby goes for Dover, Jaquan Kilby is probably one of the most explosive, dominant backs in the state. He had 1,019 yards and 10 TDs. Got to get him the ball. Got to set the tone. He's got to run downhill. He's an explosive, slashing runner, and they need to use the guys that brought him to the dance, Benny.
The Golden Knights they're limping to the finish line, but head coach John Wells still has weapons. Defensively, linebacker Justin Negrone leads the team with 84 tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, and 3 sacks, along with Chris Shields, who has 74 tackles and 12 tackles for a loss. And defensive end Kyle Custis, 57 tackles, 10 for a loss, 4 sacks. Offensively, as much as these teams are different, they're alike. How are they alike? It's who do you key on in the backfield? Sussex Central, they may have lost Steen and Henry, but Andrew Long, Chris Shields, and Malik Bell, plus quarterback Troy Morris can run the ball. They combined for over 1,600 yards this season, 22 touchdowns. Morris has shown the ability to throw the ball this season. He's completed 39 of 113 for 752 yards and 8 touchdowns, although he's also thrown 8 interceptions. The biggest concern in the night's passing game is the loss of his 2 biggest targets. Henry and Steen combined for 18 receptions this year. Sussex Central is +2 in the turnovers, and they have a weapon in the foot of Ibi Fajako. Fajako is 32 of 35 on PATs and has a 40-yard field goal. But I think where he helps the Knights is his 20 touchbacks, Scott, and 40-yard average on his 17 punts, putting opponents inside their 23 times this year.
Yeah, and if you look at the key wins that Sussex Central had this year, they knocked off Salesianum 7-0, and they knocked off Dover 21-0, and then they had a shootout with St. George's 33-28. But the 2 major things they did is they did not allow a lot of points and yardage, and that's what they're going to have to do really tonight. They're going to have to shut them. They're going to have to shut them down on that. And we have been so impressed by their kicking game this year. The Sussex Central kicking game has been off the charts good. I don't think anybody knew really what they had in Fajako, and the touchbacks are a game changer, because if we're going to get in a possession, if we're going to get in a field possession game, it's going to be definitely Sussex Central has the advantage in that. So we're really interested to see in how that goes, who they're going to get the ball to, who's going to pick up the slack for P.J. Henry and Reef Steen, and how it's going to play out.
Folks, when we come back, we'll take a look at the Arenas Deli's player to watch in tonight's game. We'll be right back after these commercial timeouts. You're watching the Sodell Concepts pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
Welcome back. Let's look at tonight's Arenas Deli's players to watch. Arenas Deli, 6 locations. The original location downtown Rehoboth Beach, Arenas Cafe on Highway 1, Rehoboth. In Lewis at the Village of 5 Points, at the airport in Georgetown, Milford, and the new Arenas Pub on Highway 1, Lewis. And we're going to start with the Dover Senators, and we're going to start with number 21, their do-it-all guy, Jaquan Kilby, the junior running back, defensive back. 131 carries, 1,019 yards, 10 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, we've been super impressed by Kilby. Everything I've seen on tape, everything I've seen of him, he gets his shoulders squared. He hits the hole full speed. He can slash it. He can run over guys. He can run around the edge, and he's really good between the tackles. And he ripped off a beautiful run in the game in October, 17 yards, and we commented at the time it looked like a 2-yard game because it was just so easy for him, and he just ran so smoothly. So I think for this is the biggest key of the game is Kilby's got to get rolling. He's got to get the ball. He needs to carry the ball 25 times, if you ask me.
You know what I'm super impressed is the back bend that drum major just did in the middle of the field.
Yeah, because if I would have done that,
we'd still be there.
We'd still be there.
That's right.
And you have to call 911 to get us.
That's right. Number 1, John Parker, sophomore running back, defensive back, 44 carries for 195 yards, 5 touchdowns, 28 catches, 472 with 3 touchdowns. Scott, this kid's electric. When he gets the ball, he's got that second gear that he can run away from you.
Yeah, and he can get a 5-yard cushion separation against a defensive back on a 15-yard run. So without a doubt, he's a guy that that we need that Dover needs to get the ball to and needs to make plays with, and he gets so much of a cushion, so much separation that hopefully Nassim can get him the ball in space.
And then we're going to talk about number 5, Nassim Cosme, the sophomore quarterback. 49 carries for 424 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's 26 of 52, that 50%, 492 in passing with 4 touchdowns. He's another guy. He's just like Central. This kid can run. He's like Morris. This kid can run the ball.
Yeah, and we didn't get to see him last time they played, so we're hoping this is a new little wrinkle. So really, could be a whole new game with Nassim Cosme running and Sussex Central missing 2 of their key guys. So really, it could be a totally different game, even though it was a month ago. We could have a totally different game here tonight.
And for Sussex Central, number 22, Andrew Long, the running back, defensive back. He's a senior. 72 carries for 659 yards, 10 touchdowns. He also has 4 receptions for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns. You'll see him a lot on the buck sweeps and the reverses.
Yeah, and Andrew Long had a 4-touchdown game earlier in the year
against Milford,
against Milford, and that's something he needs to carry the load tonight. He needs to do it. We're going to see if some of the 2-platoon stuff is going to affect Sussex Central, because you start to miss guys in depth, and you guys got playing more both ways, and they really had a little bit of a 3-headed monster going on earlier in the season, where different runners would pick up different amounts based on the defense lineup. But right now, they're really going to rely on Andrew Long. He needs to have a big game tonight, Benny.
I was at the scrimmage with Sussex Central and Laurel, and Laurel head coach Joey Jones told me of this next guy, Chris Shields, number 23. He thought he was the best linebacker in the state. He's a running back. He's a fullback linebacker. He's a senior. 62 carries, 365, 8 touchdowns, 3 receptions and a touchdown. But he's key on their defense. 74 tackles with 12 tackles for a loss from the linebacker position.
Yeah, in some ways it could be Shields against Kilby tonight. To keep Kilby from breaking off those long runs, you're going to need a guy like Chris Shields to be able to be in the middle, diagnose the play, get off the block, and make a tackle without Kilby getting a full head of steam and getting into the secondary. Because the more tackles that Sussex Central is going to be able to make on the D-line and from the middle linebacker position, you do not want Kilby against the defensive backs at Sussex Central. That's something that you're not looking forward to.
And number 5, Malik Bell, the running back linebacker, sophomore. Scott, this guy was a sub guy during the season. He would spell Shields in the second half, so Shields could play mostly defense. Now he's going to be playing on both sides of the ball a lot tonight. 72 carries, 446 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he has 4 catches with a TD. Scott, this kid's hard to bring down. He is a load. He's one of those guys that just drags people down the field with him.
Yeah, and you think about, like, tonight, it's cold, it's a little bit windy, it's November, late season football, but maybe it's better he's on the field the whole time, and he can stay warm, he could be out there, but it's going to take a lot. They're going to need a really big game from him tonight, and we joked about it. We were like, he was the closer. They brought him in at the end of the game. He ran the ball hard, he was hard to tackle, and he finished off games for Sussex Central, but they might need a bigger role out of him tonight, and we'll see if he can step up and rise to that challenge.
Coming up, Scott and I will break down tonight's game with the X's and O's. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout. You're watching the Soto Concepts pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
And welcome back to Georgetown. You're watching Sodell Concepts pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. As we get closer to kickoff of tonight's downstate Friday night game of the weekend, it's state tournament action quarterfinal round in AAA. It's time for tonight's X's and O's. Scott, for the Senators to be successful tonight, I think number one, they have to contain tonight's run game.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be easier said than done for Dover, but we'll see. I mean, Dover and Sussex Central both have 6 or 7 all-district guys split evenly between offense and defense, and the name of the game is going to be in high school football who's got the momentum, who steps up, and who makes the least amount of mistakes. So controlling that running game of Sussex Central's easier said than done.
Folks, you're watching the Dover High School band out there on the field as we in our pregame show. Scott, the next thing they have to do, I think Dover has to get a score early and settle in.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we saw in the last time they played is that Sussex Central really had 3 monster-long drives, grinded it out, shut down Dover. Dover really never got any momentum, really never got anything going, and then they kind of started pressing and making some mistakes. So that's really something that if Dover's going to win this and go on to the semis against St. George's, I 100% agree. They got to get an early score, and they got to settle in and slow the whole thing down.
And finally, get off the field on third down. No penalties. No extra yards on those third down plays. Get off the field on third down. Get that Central punt team out there.
Yeah, and Sussex Central, without a doubt, will go for it on fourth down, third and long. I mean, third and long, you might think it's a passing play. It's
right.
A run.
Let's get a counter.
It's a counter cross, and we talk about that all the time. So getting off the field in situations that may not seem like a traditional 4-down territory is going to be important because Coach Wells, he'll make a 4-down territory no matter where he is.
Right. And for the Sussex Central, what do the Golden Knights need to do tonight? Number one, Scott, I think they need to be efficient on first down.
Yeah, and if they could get Long the ball or Bell or Chris Shields and rip off 4, 5, 6 on first down, that gives the wing T so many more options because the wing T does not like to play from behind. It's really difficult to play that offense from behind. So the most important thing I think tonight for Sussex Central absolutely is that first down and get big yardage.
Stay on schedule, shorten the game, run the clock, as Trey says in our picks, ground and pound.
Yeah, and that's what Sussex Central does so good is that they seem like they snap the ball a lot of time in between snaps. They slow it down. They run the ball within the tackles. Really, we've seen 6 or 7 really successful plays on the wing T. They have 3 different guys that run 6 successful plays, and it's like reading the book. It doesn't have a lot of imagination, but at the end of the day, Sussex Central comes on top more often than not.
And Sussex Central rarely has a 1,000-yard rusher. It's usually 5 or 6 guys rushing for 500 yards. Scott, no big plays on defense. They cannot let Dover break big runs.
And really, that's the name of the game for Dover. They want to get some momentum. They want to get some emotion. They want to get some electricity. They want Parker or Kilby to break something big, and they want Sussex Central chasing on their heels and then chasing. And that's really what Sussex Central can't allow to happen.
We're going to take our last commercial time out here. You're watching the Sodell Concept pregame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Getting ready for kickoff in the quarterfinals of the DIAA Class 3A state tournament game. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
And welcome back to Delaware Live. Downstate Game of the Week, powered by 302 Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell, and providing color for tonight's game is my broadcast partner, Scott Camera. Linda Marvel up on the camera. Dave Marvel's our statistician. Matthew Westcott helping us set up, break down, and doing a little camera work for us. Kristen Mitchell back at home, updating us with the scores from the Lewis studio. Your halftime and postgame stats are brought to you by Ace Handyman, located in Dover. Ace Handyman covers Kent and Sussex County, as well as southern Newcastle County. Call Nick Paler today for your fix-it-up needs. Let's get to the turf report. Tonight's playing conditions. We're on Bermuda grass in pretty good conditions. It's cold. It's 30, so it's starting to die. Temperatures tonight 36 degrees and just a slight wind, but it's enough that you feel the chill, Scott.
Yeah, if you like playoff, high school, East Coast, Mid-Atlantic football, and late November, this is your game, man. This is your game. If you like it cold, if you got some duck hunting gear at home and want to come watch the game, we got you covered. But if you want to sit home and in front of your fire and put 302 on,
we got you covered.
We really got you covered in that case.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our 2022 sponsors, Barclay Heating and Air, Capstone Homes, Ace Hardware Handyman, with our halftime and post-game stats, Jawan Johnson State Farm, Arenas Deli, Active Pest Solution, Louis Pizza, Last Barbecue, Sodell Concepts, Sunbelt Rentals, and Grandpa Mac. Referees for tonight's game, they are out of the Northern Delaware Officials Association. Referee is Rodney Smith, umpire Dan O'Connor, linesman Ryan Melson, line judge Bob Collins, side judge James Bailey Jr., back judge Eric Thompson, field judge Davis Smith, clock operator Paul Lombardo, and the chain crew, Greg Fullhart, Ron Minikowski, and Don Ben. They made the trip down from Newcastle County here, as we have two teams from the former Henlopen Conference, now considered Class 3A, District 2. And, folks, they could use your help. If you're interested in being a referee, whether it's Northern Delaware or Southern Delaware, they're on the web. You can find them. And I'm sure they'll be glad to get some of these young guys out here run up and down the field.
Yeah, that's the key. You got to have a young guy on the line running up and down the
That's
field.
right.
So, and don't even worry about the playbook. They'll teach you that. You'll figure out all the rules.
That's right.
Just get out there and get started. That's what I tell them.
So the captains are going out to the center of the field here for the coin toss. I believe that's going to be preceded with a academic award for one player from each team.
Oh yeah, who won that?
I haven't seen it yet, but usually do it at the coin toss.
It's tough, man, playing football and working out year round, keeping your grades up, having a job. I mean, you give these kids a lot of credit, you know. It's and there's so many distractions and there's so much going on in the world today. And these young guys that dedicate this much time and energy, football more so than any sport takes so much preparation and so much work. So you give these kids a lot of credit. The other thing, Benny, they always say, you know, especially guys, you know, in the DSP or whatever, always say when they hire football players, they just get it. You know, they get it, what it's like to be part of a team. They get what it's like to be
train,
right. And play a role, you know, and play a role, and that there's a bigger picture for what's going on. So football is a great attribute.
So the Golden Knights have won the toss. They have elected to defer to the second half. So Dover will get the ball here in the first half. So the Golden Knights will be kicking away. Scott, let's get around to some football scores from today. In single-A football, the number 6 seed Seaford Blue Jays upset number 3 seed Wilmington Charter 34-7 up in Wilmington this afternoon. Double A, Newark High School defeats Tower Hill 20-0, and Archmere in Double A beats Concord 42-0. Folks, we're going to cut the mics and take it to the national anthem by the Sussex Central Marching Band. Scott, electric feeling here tonight in Georgetown. Had a little trouble keeping Dover back. They were ready to come on the field. Coaches had to say, hold on, we got the national anthem, gentlemen.
Dover, I mean, I was watching Dover warm-ups. They have the right mindset. I mean, they look ready to play. I mean, they're excited. You know, Coach Knapp has them coached up. He's got their assignments. Sussex Central, huge crowd here at the Castle. Huge fan support. Really good atmosphere. Always in Georgetown. I guess we're on the outskirts of Georgetown. But always a great atmosphere here. This is really what high school football is all about. Great participation in the community.
These two teams had one of the most exciting semifinals back in 2018, the year the Golden Knights went on to win the state championship. Came down to the last 7 seconds of the game. These two teams find ways to be entertaining, and they get it on. And I think we're going to see that again tonight here in this quarterfinal game.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game. I mean, this is one, you know, when the pairings come out and you're like, you know, first-round games.
You don't like rematches.
Yeah, but I was like, you know, there's a little bit different vibe to this. And I actually think Dover learned quite a bit from that first game because a lot of the stuff that they tried to do really, you know, didn't fly. So I think that they learned a lot. If you watch some of the tape after, they did make some adjustments in following games. So I think that they're ready to play. They came ready to play. I watched them get off the bus. They looked ready when they got off the bus, and that's how, you know.
You talk about their warm-up. Their warm-up was like a small college, and they have a coach that came from a small college. Chip Knapp came from Wesley.
And an extremely successful.
Small college, yeah.
Spent
30 years as the defensive coordinator, the last 3 as head coach before the school was bought by Dell State. The Golden Knights in the all royal blue helmets, royal blue jerseys, royal blue pants will be kicking away, moving from left to right. Dover in what I like to call the stormtrooper uniforms, the white helmets, white jerseys, white pants, will be receive the ball and be moving right to left. Back deep for the Senators is number 1, Parker. And looks like number 6, is that?
Yeah, the big part of the game for Sussex Central is their kicking game is touchback. So we're going to see if right off the bat they're going to give Dover an opportunity to run it back or he's going to kick it into the end zone.
Scott, can you get a number on the near side guy?
Number 1 and number 8.
8. That is, I don't have an 8. Fajardo to kick it away. Folks, we are underway here in Georgetown for the DIAA Class 3A quarterfinal game. And Parker's going to take it at about his 1 yard line on the bounce, drops it again, picks up, runs to the left, and the Knights have him inside the 5 yard line.
And he is swarmed, Benny. 21.
And Fajardo does it again. He doesn't get the touchback, but he gets it inside the 5.
That was even better.
Right.
I mean, if you were to draw up how a high school kicker should do the
opening kickoff, right?
Opening kickoff. Listen, I like that way better than the squib kick or the side kick or whatever. But I guess not everybody has a guy with a leg like that to be able to put it on the 5.
1st and 10 at the 4 yard line for the Dover Senators. Cosme at quarterback in the pistol with Kilby behind him. He's going to hand off to Kilby. Kilby has some running room on the left side. Cuts back to the middle. He's got enough for a first down.
Yeah, and that's number 52 on the tackle for Sussex Central. That's Ivan Neal.
Let's set the Dover offense here. At the tackles, Keegan Countryman and Michael Stevenson. At the guards, Jason Hoskins and Dan Shocker. The centers, Jamal Parker. Tight end, Jaylene Powell. Quarterback, Nassim Cosme. Running back, Jaquan Kilby. In the slot, Justin Carreras. And the wide receivers are John Parker and Cam Jones. 1st and 10 for Dover on their second play of the game.
Yeah, right off the bat, they actually had a different blocking scheme than they did in the previous game.
Parker catches the ball from Cosme. He's got enough for the first down, and it's going to be ridden out of bounds. Another first down for Dover. 2 plays, 2 first downs.
And that's number 3, Gabe Cannon on the tackle over there on the far sideline, on the Dover sideline, right in front of the Dover bench. Yeah, and they actually didn't do a lot of down blocking or pulling guards or anything in the first game. And right off the bat, they did kind of a trap guard block to spring Kilby for 8 yards.
1st and 10 for Dover, 3rd play of the game. They picked up first downs on their first 2, a run by Kilby and a pass from Cosme to Parker. 1st and 10, ball at the 31. It's going to be a hand. No, he's going to keep it. Cosme turns it back in. He's wrapped up by Shields. Gain of about 4 on the play. Brings up second down.
Yeah, that's Shields and Kevon Moore-Brittle, who didn't play in the last game with the big tackle. And really, some of the keys of the game we were talking about right off the bat. You got to get Kilby the ball.
Right.
You got to get him running downhill. You got to get Parker the ball in space. So, they're moving the ball better here, Benny, than they did the whole game pretty much last time they played. So you could really see there's absolutely some adjustments.
Let's set the Central defense at the ends. Kyle Custis, Kayvon Burdell Moore, the nose guard Nidor, Cannon and Neo at the outside backers, Negron and the Shields at the inside. Corners are Long and Harmon, Kelly and Peden at the safety. It's going to be a handoff to Kilby going to the right side. Got some run room, has the first down, takes out to about the 45. Another first down for the Senators.
Yeah, good block by number 74 out there on the edge. Said that's number 45 on the tackle for Sussex Central. That's Dory.
First and 10 at the 45 for the Dover Senators.
But, that's what we're talking about with Kilby, why he's so dangerous,
Right.
just ripping off those.
They held him just under 100, 99, but it was under 100, and that's not easy to do.
I don't see that happening tonight.
Kilby moves to the left side of Cosme. 2 receivers to the far side. Cosme takes the snap, rides it, pulls it out, and he cuts back inside, picks up about 4 on the play, second down for Dover.
And that's Chris Shields, number 23 on the tackle. And actually, that was a really good option play. The DN collapsed on the run on Kilby, and Cosme pulled the ball and picked up 5, I think, right, Benny?
Yeah, about 4. So it's going to bring up a second and 6 for Dover. Dover, everything so far, plus yardage, moving the ball well.
Yeah, excellent read, though, on Cosme right off the bat there.
Same formation, shotgun with Kilby to the right. Motion comes to the ball's on the ground, and Cosme has to fall on it. He's going to lose about 2 on the play, bring up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, it looks like Dover snapped that a little early. Dover quarterback wasn't quite ready for it. And sometimes, you go on a timing count, and, the center gets the timing off a little bit. But hopefully that doesn't slow down this nice little drive that they're putting together. I mean, they're doing everything right on this first drive. So
they're kind of playing Sussex Central football. They got the clock under 10 minutes already and moving down the field.
And this is really not what they did in the first game. So already Coach Knapp has kind of flipped the script a little bit on the Golden Knights.
3rd and 8 for the Senators. Cosme takes the snap, looks to his right, has Parker, but Parker's going to drop to his knees. A loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 10. So a drive that got started really good, Scott, is now starting to slow down.
Yeah, I actually think 99 Shepard tipped that out there because Parker ended up diving and being on the ground when he caught it. So I actually think that DN got a hand on that.
So did we get a penalty on that play? Because there was a 5-yard penalty on Dover, a local procedure. So that's going to make it 3rd and about 13.
I actually think the quarterback took a step back before the ball
that's where
was
the procedure
snapped.
came
Yeah.
from. So Dover really kind of dodges a bullet there. They're not kicking it away.
And most pass rushers say the same thing. That quarterback don't need an extra step.
Right. Trips to the bottom of the formation. Kilby to the right of Cosme. Cosme takes a shotgun snap, 1 step back, looks to his right, has a receiver breaking open, but throws out of bounds. Incomplete, 4th and 13.
I think that ball slipped out of his hand a little bit. He got a lot of air under that, and it was out of bounds. But I think it kind of slipped out, and then maybe that's a weather situation too. Not the best conditions sometimes for passing when it's this cold. But you hate to see their drive get stalled like that. I mean, I felt like they were putting together a really nice drive, giving the ball to Kilby. But, I think that snap derailed them a little bit, and then after that it went downhill.
High spiraling punt going to be taken at about the 26, and just nowhere to go.
I actually thought he called a fair catch for a second there. The way he acted like he meant to call a fair catch.
7:21 to play here in the first quarter. No score. Dover's first possession ends up in a punt. And the Golden Knights will be 1st and 10 at their own. And put it at the 24. 1st and 10, Sussex Central. Let's set the Sussex Central offense. At the tackles, Matt Harmon, Tyler Buttridge. At the center, Colin Tucker. The guards, Wyatt Hellings and Ivan Neal. Quarterback T.J. Morris, running backs Will Harmon, Andrew Long, the fullback Chris Shields, the tight end Kyle Custis, and the wide receiver, Jameel Watson.
Yeah, Sussex Central with 6 or 7 guys on the all-district
And
team.
it's going to be Long on the buck sweep. He's going to pick up about 3. Being a second down, let's set the Dover defense here at the ends. John Payne and Jalen Powell. The nose guard, Jamal Harris. The outside backers, Jaquan Kilby and Jordan Gill. The inside backers, Tashawn Milligan and Rasheed Branch. The strong safety is Ja'Kai Tillman. Free safety, Tyron Abrams. At the corners, Tamir Jefferson and Chris Grady. Second down for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, that was 66. Michael Stevenson on the tackle there for Dover on the first play from scrimmage for the Sussex Central Golden Knights.
It's going to be Long coming right again. Cuts back to the middle. Gets across the 30, and he's stood up by a host of Dover tacklers. Going to get back to about the 31-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and that was number 40, Rasheed Branch Calhoun on the initial action.
3rd and 4 for the Golden Knights. Scott, coldest game of the year. Well,
Well,
if you count last night.
yeah.
Don't count last night. It was chilly and Laurel last night.
You know, looking at the all-conference team, Benny, number 50, Wyatt Hellens, made the all-conference team as a guard, and he really won that. We didn't call his number a lot this year, but, you know, he really kept everything going. I would call him an invisible hero for the line of Sussex Central.
Hand off to Shields up the middle. Shields makes his way, has an opening. He's inside the 50 to the 40, runs in, run up his back by his own player, but it's enough for a first down at this Dover 39-yard line. 1st and 10, Golden Knights.
I mean, that's a killer right there, huh? That was number 15 on the tackle for Dover, Ja'Kai Tillman, who's a leading tackler for Dover. Not making it. You want your leading tackler to make the tackle. It's just not 20 yards
I
down.
tell you what, if Shields doesn't get bumped into on his cutback, he might be gone. As it is, it's 1st and 10 at the Dover 39.
I mean, we talked about the role Shields is going to have to play in this game.
Speed sweep with Long, has some running when brought down by behind, but number 15, Tillman.
Yeah, that's Ja'Kai Tillman. Well, that's his 2nd tackle of the series.
Gain of 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6 for the Knights. Ball at the Dover 35.
I mean, Dover looks a little bit on their heels right now. They're walking around, not quite sure.
Kind of how the first round went.
Yeah. I mean, that Chris Shields long run, I mean, you don't really expect that out of Shields.
Right.
But if he gets things going, look out, Dover.
2nd and 6 for the Golden Knights. And they're going to switch the formation with Moore. He moves to the other side. And it's going to be up the middle guard trap with Shields. And Shields is going to gain about 3 on the play, bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that's 66 Stevenson and 51 Tysean Milligan. Tyshawn Milligan.
Third. Go ahead.
Milligan had a big game last game, Benny, with quite a few tackles. Him and Tillman were the leading tacklers in the last game.
3rd and 3 for Sussex Central. Ball at the Dover. We're going to call it the 33, as we do not have the hash mark or the yard marks on the field.
Yeah, we're going to make it up as we go along.
Yeah. It's 4 yards. We'll figure it out. Toss to Shields. Has some running room on the right side. And there's going to be a flag on the play. He has enough for the first down, but probably going to be a hold area out there blocking the back.
Yeah, as soon as they do that point of, right at the point of attack. Flag at the point of attack 99 out of 100 times.
The holder will put you in the blocking the back.
They just couldn't ignore it. Can't ignore that call if it impacts the play.
Just the 2nd penalty of the game.
Yeah, now you hate to see Sussex Central get bogged down with a penalty.
Right.
I mean, really, the Dover drive got bogged down by 1 or 2 mistakes, and you hate to see the same thing happen here. But I'll tell you right now, Wells ain't kicking it.
No.
I mean, he's in 4-down territory.
So the penalty ends up being about an 8-yard walk-off.
Yeah, 3rd and 8.
So 3rd and 8 for the Golden Knights.
I mean, you think he would kick it if he?
He has a 40-yarder this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Motion speed sweep with Harmon. He's following his blocker. That's Neal. Turns it up, gets up to about the 35.
Yeah, it's 51 and 21 in on the tackle. That's 21 Kilby. And we'll see how much two platooning is going to affect him on a night like this.
Right.
51 Milligan again on the tackle. But Neal was out, like you said. He had the corner. They just got kind of bottled up there. I thought for a second that he was going to get to the sideline, but they caught him.
4th down and 5. And obviously 4 down territory for the Riverboat Gambler here, John Wells.
That's it.
He's going for it on 4th down. Morris in the shotgun, Shields to his left.
He's the Ron Rivera of high school.
And it's going to be a quick kick. And it's going to be a good one because it's going to go dead inside the 10, down around the 5. So they're going to pin the Senators back again, Scott, where they'll start 1st and 10 around their own 5-yard line.
So sneaky, Benny. So sneaky. Wells is calling all the right stuff today, huh?
Yes, he is. They've quick kicked one other time I've seen this year. Woodbridge is another team that likes to quick kick. So ball sits right at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Senators. Their second drive of the game. Or should I say possession.
The linebacker in me hates that play, but
Right.
as an announcer, I think it's cool.
And ball goes to Kilby.
That's Shepard on the tackle, 99 for Sussex
Nowhere to
Central.
go.
Nowhere to go. He's collapsing from his defensive end
Actually,
position.
even a loss of 1 on the play. And Kilby's going to have to check out as his helmet fell off.
And we really saw Shepard step up when Kayvon was out there for those couple games. He really stepped up and made all the right plays, and he's continuing that now that Kayvon's back.
So 2nd and 11. Early score in. Middletown returns the opening kickoff.
Oh,
And they're up 7-0 on Slazianum.
that's what I'm talking about.
2nd and 11 here.
I bet the Middletown crowd like that.
And it's a home game for the Cavaliers. And that's number 7 on the carry, Nasir Snipes Guzman.
And that's number 8, Kyle Custis on the tackle. He's having a big game so far, Benny.
Guzman, interesting story, Scott. He was initially granted a temporary waiver this season, played the first 5 games, and then they decided he needed a hearing, and they pushed the meeting back till November, which was after the 10th game of the Dover season. This is his first game back.
Well, he should be nice and fresh.
Right,
Let the kid play.
right.
Free Guzman.
They freed him. 3rd and 6. And it's going to be keeper by Cosme, and he is hit in the backfield. I see Custis in on that tackle.
That's Custis in again.
And Ivan Neal is around in the area. So loss of 1 on the play brings up 4th down. The Knights are doing what they did to these guys the last time, Scott.
I mean, they're just mucking up the whole thing. You know, you got Gabe Cannon in there, Custis. You know, they're just getting in the backfield and making plays in the backfield. And that's one way to stop Kilby, get in the backfield and shut him down.
It was Noah Crisilla. He was our player of the game down here against Middletown on a 95-yard kick return. Just get the Cavs started.
Criscilla's a player, man. We couldn't figure out if he was a deep threat or a possession or both.
Yoder punts it away and going to get it out close to midfield, about the 46, where Sussex Central will take over on their 2nd possession of the game.
You could hear the Sussex Central coaches yelling, "Get away!
Get away!
Get away!" As soon as it hits the ground, get away.
Scott, we crowned some soccer state championships today here in the state of Delaware. In Division II, Caravel Academy defeats St. Mark's 4-0 to win the Division II state championship. And in Division I, Salesianum 4, the Charter Force 1. Salesianum wins yet another soccer state championship. Congratulations to those 2 schools as we're rounding out the fall here in the football state tournament. Last night we had the game Laurel defeating St. Andrews 41-7.
Yeah, Salesiana has put together an impressive soccer career up there. Ooh.
And that's Burdell on the carry,
And
pick up about 1.
And number 29, Jalen Peace on the tackle. That's the first time calling his number.
I tell you, even losing 41-7 last night, so I was impressed with the St. Andrews offense. They gained 199 yards against Laurel. Not many teams have done that. Maybe a Seaford, but not a lot of teams. So, folks, that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, the Sussex Central Golden Knights 0, the Dover Senators 0. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money, and who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
That was Juwan Johnson, State Farm, a big supporter here of Sussex Central Football. Each week, Scott, he hands out a game ball, and a great game ball with the logo to the player of the game for Sussex Central. Big supporter here at Sussex Central Football.
Good to hear.
Juwan Johnson, State Farm. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights.
He's throwing.
Oh, just out of the reach. I believe that was number 2. Is that Abrams?
28.
On the reception? I think that's 2.
2? Sorry.
Yeah, Abrams.
Long aired that one out, huh?
Yes, he did. Oh, 2 was on the defense. My apologies.
That's all right.
But he did uncork that ball. 3rd and 9 for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, he uncorked it all right. Sometimes you get so excited, you see the guy open, you just want to get it out there and let him run under it.
And play action, a little bit of a draw with Shields. Shields keeps the feet churning. He's going to get it out to about the 46. He's going to bring up 4th down for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, that's number 88, Serene Simmons on the tackle. He's a junior.
And we have a player down. We have other games out there tonight, Slasiana and Middletown, Red Lion and Delmar. And we have Red Lion leading Delmar 8-0 in the first quarter. We'll get back to some of the scores earlier when the national anthem was going on. Archmere in AA, they beat Concord today 42-0 to advance to the AA quarterfinals. Newark 20-0 over Tower Hill to advance to the AA quarterfinals. And again, Seaford in single A pulling the upset over number 3 Wilmington Charter 34-7.
Seaford could be a dangerous team in the playoffs. I mean, I know they already lost to Laurel. It was kind of a weird situation where they didn't have a crowd and there was some strange stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, you don't really have a feel for that. Obviously, Laurel's the number 1 team, number 1 seed. We saw them twice, super impressed by everything.
Mm-hmm.
But Seaford's got some players, and they got some athletes. They got excellent coaching. So, if there's an upset in the making, it would probably be,
Well, we had a big upset last night in AAA with St. George's beating Appoquinimink, Appoquinimink 13-7. That was a huge upset. That's why the winner tonight gets home field next week.
Yeah, and Appoquinimink had kind of an interesting year. They were up and down a little bit. They had a really good line, excellent running back, but they ran into a buzzsaw on St. George's.
And those two played a close game earlier in the season. And, yep, we're going to get leaning on the punt. And it's going to take the ball inside the 8, but we do have a flag on the play. As Burdell Moore was leaning forward, so it's going to be a false start.
Penalty flag on the play.
Think you make him re-kick it?
I don't know. Last time they put it down inside the 5. This is at the 8, so.
Looks like they're going to come back out.
Yep, they'll back them up 5. So that's a 5-yard penalty against Golden Knights.
Yeah, and maybe for Dover now you know it's coming.
Right.
You don't get quick kick twice in a row.
procedure penalty against the Golden Knights. It'll be 5-yard mark-off. That'll make it 4th down and a long 9 for the Golden Knights.
Looks like number 15 is back.
That's Jakai Tillman. So Fajaka will punt it away out of a true punt formation. Good snap and whistles again.
It looks like the end from Dover jumped. Looks like we're going to go back the other direction now. It's a battle of offside penalties on the punt formation.
Let's get this punt away, right?
You don't see a lot of offsides on punts.
So this one will go against Dover.
Now what?
5 yards the other way. So now Sussex Central will.
Do you go for it?
I think you go right back to punt formation and try to get it off. Get this game moving.
They're asking about it. Saying, you sure, Coach? Let me know. Oh, yeah, they're going to kick it.
Will they go or no? Looks like no.
So Fajako back to punt. Tillman standing at his 20.
So I thought Parker would be returning the stuff.
Oh, there's his fake. Snaps it to Shields, but I think he's going to be short. So Shields picks up about 4, needed 5 or 4, and needed 3 and needed 4. Turnover on downs. Dover ball, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. So good field position to start. Best field position they've started with tonight.
And that's number 2, Tyrone Abrams on the tackle. Yeah. Heads up play to stop
He
him.
laid a big lick on Shields too.
And it takes a big hit to put that guy down. He's a grown man running that ball.
1st and 10 for the Senators, pistol formation. As a runner player comes on late, 2-by-2 on the edges.
You know, I just felt like something was up there, like they were either going to go for it, but a fake's not something I saw coming.
Kilby picks up about 2 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 8.
Custis makes him stop. From the 40-yard line, it'll be 3rd down, or 2nd down and 8.
You know, I guess with the wing T snapping it to the up back, who's one of your better running backs.
Right.
It's basically a run play anyway.
Just a yard short. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's not a true fake, I guess.
Parker comes in motion, high snap, hands it off to Kilby going the other direction, and he's got nowhere to go. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. I wonder if they're spying Kilby here.
Yeah, it's 23, Chris Shields on the tackle.
That was a bit of a counter, and they picked it up right away.
I mean, that's what I'd play. I'd play a 5-1 with a spy, you know, maybe as a strong safety kind of thing. But, I mean, they're still playing their 4-3.
Give them a gain of 1 on the play, 3rd and 7. Same on
3-4, sorry.
Kilby to the right of Cosme. Cosme takes a snap. He's looking left, under some pressure, rolls away and throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. 4th down for the Senators.
Yeah, that was 99 Shepard and number 9 Kayvon Moore-Brittle on the pressure.
So Scott, both teams come out with a really good first offensive explosion, and then now they both settled. The two defenses have settled in.
I mean, we talked about in the pregame. You said one of them needs to score and settle in. They skipped the score part. They're just settling in. Yeah, yeah. And this really isn't how I kind of thought it would go. I was expecting to see more explosive up and down the field, and really it's a story of failed drives and inopportune penalties.
Another high punt, and the Knights are going to let it go out of bounds, where they'll have 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Now, if this game goes according to nearly every other game we've seen Central, they're going to put together a long, sustained drive right there. I mean, this is what you've seen is that, you know, they script the first series and then they come back and they learn a couple things and then they get a long drive. That's really what we've seen so far with Sussex Central.
9:23 to play here in the 2nd quarter. No score. And the Knights have the ball. And it's kind of reminiscent of not only the last game, but the Sally's game too, where they, they got the 1 score in the 2nd quarter and made it hold. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. I think the wing T formation. It's going to be a handoff to Long. Long darts back to the middle, and he's going to be taken down with no gain on the play.
Yeah, and that's number 52, Jamar Harris, on the tackle for Dover.
Actually, that was Harmon on the carry. Second and 10 for the Knights.
Yeah, Harmon's the freshman, William Harmon, number 20.
Now, he had a big game against Dover last time, but on the other side of the ball, on the defensive side.
He had a great defensive game. We'll see if they get him in the mix, more this year. This game.
Morris drops back, looks right, has a man open, and they're saying incomplete.
I thought he caught that.
All right, that's number 4 on the Watson was the intended receiver. 2 officials right on it, and about 3 Dover coaches and 10 Dover players to help out on the call.
Yeah, and Watson's saying, Coach, throw the flag, throw the challenge flag. Right. I caught that ball.
3rd and 10 for the Golden Knights.
They were asking him. He's saying he caught it. Of course, I'd say I caught it too. If
Absolutely.
I was there. You got to sell it.
Golden Knights 8-2 on the season. Dover 6-4. There's going to be another flag on the play as Morris rolls out. Quarterback keeper. He's wrapped up by Milligan. Gets out of that and gets hit and taken out of bounds inside the 30.
Yeah, I think
illegal shift on the Golden Knights.
And they had a guy leaning and moving when the ball was snapped, so that's not so great.
I think if you're Dover, you go ahead and decline this penalty, and that's what they do. 4th down, gain of 1 on the play.
Sussex Central's doing exactly what they haven't really done all season, and that's shooting themselves in the foot.
Right.
They really needed this opportunity to drive the ball, get the game under control, and try and get a score here, and that's not what happened.
Fajardo comes on the punt, and they put 2 deep this time, number 31, Tamir Jefferson. And I had trouble making a number on the other side. I don't know if that's 9 or 6. Oh, low snap, picks it up, gets it away, and he kicks a floater that lands across to the 40 and rolls down to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's number 9, Christopher Grady, a freshman.
1st and 10 Dover at their own 21.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's wearing 8, but his regular number is 9.
Right, yeah, we don't have an 8. 9 is Grady, yeah.
And he looks like a freshman kick returner.
So 1st and 10 for the Dover Senators. Scott, so far the name of this game, we thought coming in, 2 shutdown defenses, somebody's offense has to open up here.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised that we haven't seen any real drives yet. And this could be a 7-0 game, Benny.
Parker in the backfield, he goes in motion. And they're going to throw a backwards pass to him, and they're going to call it incomplete. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Senators, ball at their own 21. We saw them in the first game, Scott, that they tried to get Parker the ball that way. Both times the Knights were right on it, and no gain. They pretty much took Parker out of the game last time.
Yeah, and you got to find a way to get him the ball. And if the bubble screens aren't working and some of that stuff, jet sweep, reverse.
I want to thank Athletic Director Eric McGuire. As always, very hospitable up here. We got food, we got drink. We're good to go.
What, we got food?
Yeah, there's food back there.
All right. Kilby with the ball.
Kilby up the middle, just nowhere to go.
That's number 8 on the tackle again, Kyle Custis. That's 6 for him.
Give him a gain of, call it 2 on the play. 3rd and 8. Dover's a team's got that they're kind of built for 3rd and 8. They can run it, they can throw it. And Dover, you're always worried about that big playability with their speed.
The Dover line's actually having a pretty good game. The holes are there. Dover's not able to capitalize on them, really.
Dover making a couple substitutions here. And they're going to have to take a timeout as they used a little bit too much clock. And Scott, we're going to go ahead and take one with them. Your score with 7:26 to play in the half. Dover 0, Sussex Central 0.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware.
You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Dover taking the time out, couple late substitutions, and just couldn't get the play off in time. Took the time out as opposed to the 5-yard penalty. So it's 3rd and 8 for the Senators. Ball at their own 23-yard line. 2-by-2 on the edges with Kilby in the backfield next to Cosme. Cosme takes a snap, looks left, has time, and incomplete, brings up 4th down. Scott, they cannot get the short passing game going.
No, and that ball was intended for number 3, Cameron Jones, who's wearing the Texas burnt orange Under Armour. Easily identifiable.
So Yoder comes back on the punt. Back deep, number 19, Uzziah Kelly, freshman, standing at his own 45. Nice snap, gets it off, another floater. It's going to land about midfield.
Yeah, Kelly called a fair catch and got away from it.
So Sussex Central take over, ball at their own 46-yard line. 1st and 10, 7:10 to play here in the first half. No score in our Class 3A quarterfinal game. Number 6 seeded Dover versus number 3 seeded Sussex Central.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're going to start going to a steady diet of Bell here at some point, a little earlier than.
Yeah, they ran Bell to the outside. He's usually an up-the-middle type runner off tackle. When you get him running sideways, it's a little easier to get to those ankles and bring him down. You're watching Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Benny Mitchell, he's Scott Kammerer. Morris goes under center.
Yeah, that's Long and Shields in the backfield.
And it's going to be Shields, but he's pulled down from behind.
Yeah, that's
and there's going to be the horse collar.
Yeah. That's number 66 on the tackle, Michael Stevenson, but they're going to get Dover for a horse collar in the backfield.
That was an unusual two-handed horse collar there.
Well, two's better than one.
That's right. I want to thank the rest of our crew on this very cold night. Linda Marvel on the camera, Matthew Westcott helping us with the setup breakdown tonight, and Dave Marvel on the stats. And when we talk stats, we talk Ace Handyman halftime stats, brought to you by Ace Handyman.
It's good to have stats. It was a rough couple weeks.
Oh, I told him last night I have to get a substitute. I can't do it myself again. I can't pay attention that long.
We're going to call those 2 weeks unofficial.
Unofficial stats, yeah.
Extremely unofficial.
There's a handoff to Shields up the middle on the guard trap. He gets it down inside the 35.
Yeah, and that's number 51 on the tackle for Dover. That's
Gain of,
Sean Milligan.
Let's call it 7 on the play. 2nd down. And let's see if this is a penalty. If Sussex Central can take advantage of this penalty. A free 15 yards, and now a run by Shields, and they're inside the 35.
This is the drive we were saying Sussex Central needed on the last one,
right,
that we've seen out of them so often, that late second quarter long drive to really score and go up. So, I mean, we'll see if this is it right here, if they can keep this momentum going with that penalty.
And it's going to be Shields again up the middle, picks up a couple, takes it down to the 31.
And that's number 7, Nasir Snipes Guzman on the tackle, the winner of the appeal.
That's correct.
Good for him.
Saw on Twitter, Scott, another thing he's doing is collecting toys, donations for toys, and coats for kids in the Dover area. Him and a couple other players. Doing it on their own. 3rd and 2.
For him.
For Dover. Or excuse me, for Sussex Central. And it's going to be Shields again, dances at the line, just nowhere to go. 52 on the tackle, Jamar Harris.
Yeah, nice tackle by 52. Excellent flex afterwards also. And honestly, I always say that. It helps when the kids flex because then it's an easier time identifying
who made the tackle.
Yeah. It's the guys that don't. You're like, I don't know if that guy made that tackle or not.
4th and a long one.
Anything to help the 302 announcers.
That's right.
We'll take all the help we could get.
Shields again, and just nowhere. Bounces out of the hole. He might get a yard. He's going to be close to the marker.
Yeah, he stopped.
Dover says he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I'm going to say that was 23, Troy Johnson on that tackle.
Well, it doesn't matter now because they moved the ball.
Uh-oh.
They moved the ball, and now they're going to do a measurement.
Well, you got to move it first. No sense moving it afterwards.
Oh, my.
I don't know. What do you think? Short? No.
It's hard to see because that marker is right next to the 30-yard marker over there, the orange one, so it's kind of hard to see where the stick was.
Everybody ignores the guy on the flags until something like this.
Right.
I mean, you're the most important guy in the stadium.
And he's going to be short.
Short.
Dover makes the stop. Their ball, 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
I'm going to say a foot short, Benny.
Yeah, it wasn't by much.
Wow.
First and 10 for the Senators. 4:55 to play here in the second and first half.
Big stop by Dover. I mean, we might look back on that and say that's the most monumental thing in the game so far. That's 4th down stop.
Whistles on the play and a flag. Going to be a sideline warning. Nobody moves. That's going to be they didn't like what somebody said.
Yeah.
Because not a single player is backing up.
Somebody said a bad word. We had a couple sideline warnings 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
The get-back coach wasn't getting them
Right.
back. Wasn't getting them back in the proper manner. And Dover really hasn't got much going on offense. Just that first drive, Kilby ripped off a couple nice runs, so we'll see if they give him a steady diet today. Oh.
And it's going to be a keeper by Cosme, and he's going to be hit by Harmon and finished off by Custis, and a late flag.
Yeah, that was a good tackle by William Harmon, the freshman. He broke down and made a beautiful tackle.
Ref needed a cutoff man there. He had to pick it up and throw it again. And it's going to be a hold on Dover.
Man.
The penalty is holding. The call is holding.
That's a tough one. That is not what Dover needed right in that moment. With 4:46 left in the half.
So it's going to end up being a mark off of about 7. It's a 10-yard penalty, but from the spot of the foul. So that's going to be first and call it 16 from the 25.
So let's see what Coach Knapp dials up here for this opportunity. Looks like he's got Parker in the backfield.
And Parker takes a direct snap. Gains about 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, we were talking about that. If you're having a hard time getting them the ball, put them in the backfield and snap it to them.
Snap to them,
Yeah.
Find ways to get your athletes the ball, get them in space. 2nd and 12 for Dover.
Pick up a 4 to be 2nd down and 12.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have this week's top 10 plays throughout the state. And then with about 5 minutes left in the half, we'll have our halftime stats being totaled up right now by
Any update on the Sally's Middleton?
The last I got was 7-0.
On the opening kickoff?
On the opening kickoff. How about that?
Priscilla.
A little trickery. Going to end up in an incomplete pass. As
yeah, it's 52 Neal on the coverage. And
Cosme reversed out. We do have
Kayvon Moore Brittle on the pressure.
Red Lion leading Delmar 14-0. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Middletown 7, Salesianum 0. 3rd and 12 here for Dover.
So the winner of that plays Smyrna, right?
The winner of that game will play Smyrna at Smyrna
So the winner
next week. And the winner of this game will play St. George's, and they'll have a home game.
And that'll be the semis.
3rd down, Cosme in the shotgun, Kilby to his right, and we're going to have a delay of game. So Dover's starting to shoot themselves in the foot here, Scott.
I mean, they really are, Benny. I mean, it's
Third and
tough,
17.
man. I mean, it has not been an offensive display like we thought. And it's hard to tell if the defenses are playing really good or the offenses are just kind of sputtering out.
Cosme climbs in the pocket, and he's going to be wrapped up. Gets away from oh, what a big hit. That was Burdell, and a flag on the play.
Yeah, he might have been a little high.
Now, the flag came before the hit.
That was Kayvon Moore Brittle on the hit. I mean, that might be the biggest hit I've seen all year. I might have to go in protocol for that. I mean, that was.
Well, we had one last night. Kylese Wilson had a big hit on a kick return.
Let's see what they call.
The flag was thrown right before the hit. It's in the backfield, possibly a hold. We'll see. Eventually he's going to tell us. And that's personal foul, face mask against Sussex Central.
Well, I will tell you, that's not what I was guessing.
No.
That's the one thing that's.
Well, there was a mass of players there that Cosme came out of.
I don't.
So that's going to be a 1st down for Dover.
I mean, was it away from the ball or was it at the?
It must have been back when he made that turn, and right before he broke and got hit by.
You know, it's funny because he did have his head down
Yes.
coming out of that cut, so I wonder if he got yanked there.
I agree. That must be where it happened.
Yeah.
And that's about the time the flag came. The flag was thrown right before Burdell hit him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
1st and 10. And fake to Kilby, throws it out to Parker. Parker has it at about the 50, and he's going to dive out of bounds.
That was a well-designed little play.
So that moves the ball across the 50.
I mean, you sprint out to the far sideline and get the ball.
No, it doesn't. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 49.
Oh, man.
So that's going to bring up a 7-yard gain on the play. Makes it 2nd and 3.
Parker stepped out of bounds. 2nd down and 3 for the Sounders.
Hand off to Kilby, and he pushes ahead, and he's got the 1st down. And the center is now in plus territory.
Yeah, that was number 45 on the tackle. That's Dory for Sussex Central, number 11. He was an all-district player.
2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go now.
I mean, this is an improbable drive that they're
Right.
putting together right now. They have mixed it up a little bit. They've gotten Parker the ball. They're putting him in motion.
Parker comes in motion. And hand off to Kilby off the left side. And that was more Burdell, but he pushes ahead, and he's going to pick up about 3.
Yeah, more Burdell on the initial tackle. And then Neal finished them off, I think. And 23, Chris Shields.
Minute 30 to play here in the first half. 2nd and 7 for Dover. They're at the Sussex Central 43-yard line.
And, you know, Dover's getting a little bit of pep in their step here. They're feeling it a little bit. Oh, look out. Here comes Burdell. And it's holding.
Cosme breaks free, and he has enough for a 1st down. Sussex Central fans
I thought
want a hold.
I thought it was going to be a hold in the backfield on Burdell. He was right on the Dover quarterback, and he inexplicably slowed down.
Dover's going to take a timeout. Scott will take one with him. We'll be right back. Your score still 0-0.
I'm Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School, coming off the Dover timeout. We have 1:04 left to play here in the first half. Red Lion ahead 22-0 on Delmar.
All right, here we go. A minute left. Dover really its best field position in the whole game.
That's right. Finally
biggest threat.
At the Sussex Central 35. And we're going to have a flag. Somebody leaving a little early. Cosme rolls out to the left and hit at about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, that's Purdell and Custis on the tackle.
I would say
Shepard was right there too.
Probably decline the penalty here because you get the loss of down.
Yeah, and it looks like there was a blown coverage. They had Parker split out wide. He was calling for the ball, and the defensive back rotated over late. So I wonder if he got a jump.
So take the penalty. It's going to be a first and 15. 53 seconds left to play here in the first half. Ball at the Sussex Central 40. And now Central said they want to decline the penalty. Or do we have a Dover timeout? What we got going on here?
A flurry of activity. No, I don't think they're taking a timeout.
Well, there was a loss on the play, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they have a discrepancy right now. I'm not sure what they're doing.
There was a loss of 3 or 4 on the play. Central wants to decline the penalty.
Well, the fans are all yelling something different. So
right.
We're going to hang tight for a second here and see what's going on.
So now they have to determine where that ball was. Yep, ball's going to move back to the 39-yard line. Second down.
Okay. Ball's by the 39-yard line. It'll be second down and 14.
So second and 14, ball at the 39. Trips to the bottom of the formation. Cosme takes the snap, looks to his left, has a receiver breaking free. Incomplete off the fingertips.
Just missed him. That's
number 6.
Yeah, number 6.
William Cook, or is that Tyshawn? I have 2 number 6s on my roster.
Yeah. Yeah, we have Tayshawn
Allen.
And William Cook, both number 6s.
And I think the public address announcer only has 1 number 6, and he's saying that's Tayshawn Allen. So third and 14. He was breaking free just off his fingertips. He catches that in stride. He's walking in the house.
I mean, really a well-dialed-up play, and he's executed right. Just missed by a few inches.
Third and 14 for the Senators. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Kilby to the left of Cosme. Cosme takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his left, looks down, and throws it to the one of the coaches.
Good catch by.
That was an outstanding catch.
Yeah, it looks like a defensive back coach over there. Yeah, I think there was a hold in the backfield. Yeah, number 45 for Sussex Central.
That's Dorr.
Yeah, Dorr, he was right on the quarterback, and I think he got held.
And this is 4-down territory. Wells doing the right thing, taking the penalty. As we're down to 40 seconds to play in the half. This has been a long series here.
I mean, we spoke too soon. The first quarter was rolling along, and we really got bogged down here in the second. Tons of penalties, tons of mistakes, really no sustained drives. it's going to be a matter in the second half of who steps up and tries to take this game.
Ball back to the 50-yard line. Third and 25 for the Senators. Two receivers at the bottom of the formation. Hand off to Kill. No, keeps it, pulls it out. Cosby keeps it. Gains about 7 on the play.
Yeah, there's 30 seconds left now.
Dover does have a timeout left. Fourth, and we'll call it 18. I think both teams, I think they'll be willing to let this clock run out, Scott.
Yeah, I think that's
go in and regroup.
Here. 15 seconds left. So, I mean, we need to talk about, what kind of adjustments they need to make in the second half here.
And that's the end of the first half. Your score, the Dover Senators 0, the Sussex Central Golden Knights 0. Folks, we'll be right back towards the end of halftime with the halftime stats.
I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
Melissa Ellis is part of 4 Acre Realty Company. She is licensed in both Delaware and Pennsylvania. Melissa knows that being personable and patient is a key to her success as a realtor. Helping both buyers and sellers understand current market values and conditions puts them in the best position when making an offer or pricing a home for sale. That kind of high-level professional communication and her skill at being a team player put Melissa's clients at ease, knowing she has their best interests at heart. Melissa is also an athlete herself, playing multiple sports so she understands what teamwork means. She is still involved in sports, whether it's sponsoring, coaching, or being team mom for her own 2 daughters' teams. What sets her apart is how grateful Melissa is for the trust of her clients. She never takes that trust for granted. She affords all people respect and honesty and works hard to be the support system clients need and deserve. Melissa Ellis, strong connections, strong service. High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
We couldn't be more excited about having our show here held at the Buffalo Wild Wings and Christiana location here on Route 7. Brand new location. They moved here from Limestone Road, and it's going to be the new home of 303 Sports Week. going to recap some local, college, and professional stuff. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the day, top 5 plays. Here we go. Stanley, your number 1 play from AI, 76-yard punt return. We got ourselves the quality cam here on the sideline. It's awesome to watch from this angle, to be honest with you. And watch. Whoa! Going up. He went to 412. He left the first there at 4-4. I mean, those ups right there. You can't make this stuff up.
We all know that choosing the right company for home preservation can be challenging. Your home is your castle, and only the best and most trusted will work, right? Of course. So why is Ace Handyman Services different and the right choice? We take great pride in our easy, no-hassle scheduling and communication process. You call, we answer, and we listen. Or take advantage of online booking 24/7. Once we understand your home needs, we schedule a craftsman to arrive at a convenient time for you. You then receive a pre-call the night before from your craftsman. On my way text notification so you know when to expect your craftsman to arrive. Regular updates on the progress of your job. Even follow-up prior to any warranty expiration dates. Easy, convenient, no surprises, ever. Our commitment is to treat your home, your family, your time, and your privacy with respect. Rest assured, you are always our top priority. Our multi-skilled craftsmen will complete the work on your home in a workmanlike manner. If we don't, we'll come back to make it right. It's what we do and have been since 1998. Simply put, we're different. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state.
The blackboard, she can take the camera. And you're gonna go back. So I need you to go there one more time and do that again. And tell her that I said, when the game's over, we'll go a postgame show and I'll yank the blackboard and you guys can take the camera apart. And welcome back. It's time for the Ace Handyman Services halftime stats brought to you by Ace Handyman Services. Nicholas Peeler in Dover. Give him a call, 302-272-5049. Give Nick a call for your fix-it-up needs. And Scott, not a lot of stats to report. Both teams under 100. Dover, 83 total yards, 18 passing, 65 rushing, 6 first downs. Sussex Central, they got off to a hot start. 64 total yards, none of it in the air, all on the ground, 64 yards and only 2 first downs. Neither team has suffered a turnover. What do you have individually there, Scott?
I mean, really, that's a surprise to me, to be honest with you. I did not see the game going this way. I thought Central was going to score at the same pace they did in the first game, in which they won 21-0. I just thought Dover was going to be able to pick up the pace and match it. I was expecting a 3 or 4 score first half.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm definitely surprised. But leading tackler so far for Sussex Central is Custom.
Right.
And the leading tackler so far is Tillman for Dover. But as far as the rushing goes, Kilby has 9 carries for 42 yards. Shields has 8 carries for 49 yards. Parker has 2 catches for 18 yards, most of that coming on 1 catch where they rolled out towards him and they threw to him on the run, which was a nice little play. And then Cosme, number 5, the quarterback for Dover, is 2 for 8 for 18 yards. Morris is 0 for 2, and he actually had 2 guys open. He got a little bit too much air under him on both of them. So that's really what we've seen. Some of the big surprises are Long. Hasn't really run the ball much.
Yeah,
We haven't really seen much from him. So there's a potential there. We haven't seen anything from Bell on the Sussex Central side. And Kilby being held to 42 yards. I mean, not a lot of games has he held under 100 yards.
And they did it to him once already. It was 99, but it was still under 100. Scott, I'm gonna go out on the limb here and say first score wins this game. And I think it's going to come somewhere midway this quarter.
I mean, it's starting to feel that way. Like the team that's going to go on to the semifinals to face St. George's is going to be the team that scores next.
I agree. I think the next first score wins this game, and what I'm seeing.
I mean, this is not how I thought this game was going to go. I definitely thought we were going to see some.
I thought we'd see a little more scoring. Yeah.
I will say it's hard to tell if the defenses are really playing great or the offenses are just imploding.
Let's talk about that. Dover, 6 penalties for 47 yards. Sussex Central, 3 penalties for 30 yards. But it's not so much the penalties and the yardage, it's when those penalties have come.
Yeah, it's the timing of the penalties, and I feel like every drive Dover had got bogged down by mistakes and penalties. So if they can clean that up and get those things going in the right direction, I mean, they have the players and they have the ability to make plays and score touchdowns. It's the question of can they put these drives together and keep the mistakes to a minimum. Sussex Central uncharacteristically making mistakes. They had a big hit for a stop, and then they had a face mask on it, and then they had a couple holding penalties on some good plays. So we thought we were going to see him, Benny, with a nice long drive to end the second quarter, but it just didn't materialize. It fell apart. Let's go around
the state and get some scores. Up in AA in Newcastle County, it's a battle of the cats. It's the Red Lion Lions. They lead the Delmar Wildcats 22-0 at the half. Halftime in AAA. In the other game in this bracket, it's the Middletown Cavaliers 14, Slays-Annam 0. That's halftime. That game started with the Noah Crisilla 95-yard kick return. And our game here, 0-0. The winner of this game will play St. George's. We'll find out tomorrow when those games are. We've updated you on soccer. We've updated you on football. Let's update you on the field hockey state championships played today. Scott, Delmar just keeps it rolling. 7 straight state championships, one of them when it was a single division, and then 6 straight in Division II. They defeat Archmere 7-1 today. And then the shocker in Division I, Cape Henlopen's 5-year streak of state championships is broken today in overtime by Smyrna, 2-1. Smyrna sports, Scott, are just starting to get tough at every I mean, their lacrosse is getting better. Their basketball, they've won some state titles there. They're a team to be reckoned with in the Henlopen.
Yeah, and their wrestling team's been a powerhouse for a number of years, and it's good to see some parity in that. Cape Henlopen with 5 in a row, Delmar with 7 in a row. They played each other the one time, like you alluded to. I think Cape Henlopen before that won 6 or 7 in a row.
Another streak they had.
Another streak they had too, and they have the same group has that 13 or 14 year winning streak in girls lacrosse. So it's good to see some parity. And it was interesting that we were talking about the play. It was a diving deflection.
Yes.
In 7-on-7 in overtime, and that's something that they'll remember for
both teams forever and ever.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
So cross country's done, volleyball's done. Tower Hill's your state champion in volleyball. Soccer's now done. Field hockey's done. All that's left. 3 more weeks of football, and Scott, wrestling's going to start up. Basketball right in the middle of that.
Yeah, wrestling and basketball. Really, to me, the indoor sports are a lot better. This end of the fall, beginning of winter, outside stuff.
It's a little too cold.
It's not good for me, man. Not good for me. So we're looking forward to the wrestling season. Delaware is home to one of the marquee wrestling tournaments, the Beast of the East, in Newark, and it's also home to one of the top basketball tournaments in the country, and that's Slam Dunk. So those are 2 really high-profile events in the state of Delaware. For the first time, they're having the girls' game, Cape Henlopen. Actually, it's the second year, but Cape Henlopen girls are playing, and the boys.
Speaking of
playing.
the young ladies, how about the Beast of the East having a girls' division this year on Friday night?
I love it. That's pretty good. And just to give us a plug, Sodal Concepts is actually sponsoring Beast of the East and Slam Dunk.
You doing are you doing the hospitality room?
That I don't know about, but we're supporting both those, and part of my commitment to support high school athletics, and it really changed my life and put me in a different direction. And
me too.
And for us, it's like anything to get these kids' names out there and give them some recognition and support them. And
I was thinking tonight as I was coming to this stadium. Of course, I went to school here 40 years ago, and I didn't like coming to school. And here I am 40 years later sitting in their press box 5 times a season.
Probably, being told what to do is the hard part.
Yeah, it's easier when you're in charge, right?
Yeah, when you're in charge and doing your own thing, it's a lot easier. So
here we go. Yoder to kick it away, back deep are Harmon and Long, 2 explosive return men. And the toe hits the pig, and we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And it's going to be taken by Harmon. And he's got a wedge up the middle. He's got some running room out to the 35, and he's going to be taken down at about the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Golden Knights. So we talked to one of their coaches at the half here in the press box, and he said they're hoping for a good return and started off with a score here.
I think they got it.
Got the good return part of it.
That's a good return. We were saying you got to get Long more involved in the offense. That's one way to do it, kick him the ball and get a good run back. So let's see if Sussex Central could bear down. They could get some plays going and keep the mistakes to a minimum here.
1st and 10, Sussex Central, ball at their own 37-yard line. Lone back in the backfield is Bell. Long goes in motion. Long gets the ball, cuts it back off tackle, and picks up maybe 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Yeah, and that's
going to bring up 2nd down.
Number 88 on the tackle, Jalen Powell.
And then they give him forward progress, so it's a pickup of 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and you had Bell and Long in the backfield.
Bell, he is a load straight ahead. We've seen him a couple times this season. Bounce off tacklers, carry tacklers with him, break out of the scrum.
Yeah, and he's a finisher. I mean, he's the guy they bring in to finish off the game, so it looks like they're bringing him in
a little earlier.
A little early this year. A little early this game.
And it's going to be Bell up the middle. And maybe a yard, if anything.
I mean, Dover's defensive line is really playing a great game. That was number 66 on that tackle, that's Stevenson.
We've been calling his name all night long.
We've been calling his name all night long.
3rd and, call it 6. No gain on the play, maybe a yard. And it's going to be Bell and Long in the backfield. Harmon on the wing. Here
Double
comes your,
reverse.
ball's on the ground. Dover has it.
Dover recovered it.
First turnover of the game. Nope, they say Sussex Central ball. So Sussex Central dodges a bullet. They lose about 5 or 6 on the play.
It looks like number 20, William Harmon, recovered that one. And we said it a lot, like that double reverse is a dangerous play, and usually they don't let you run it till 3 weeks into the season until you got it down. But Coach Wells runs it right from opening day. And
well, the thing is, they run the same offense all the way down to Pop Warner.
Yeah, so it helps.
Right.
I want to say that's the first drop ball we've seen on the reverse in quite a while doing the
And whistles on the fly. And it's going to be a sideline warning on Dover. So their first warning of the game.
Someone chirping over there?
Well, we're a punt formation now. That could have been the issue. Or somebody said something like, you never know.
Yeah. I don't feel like this has been an overly chippy game.
No, it's just been, well, and I said, it's not so much it's been strong defense. It has been strong defense. There's also been missed opportunities and penalties, which you can put in the missed opportunity category.
Yeah, I just feel like watching this game, someone's got to take control of the game and someone's got to step up and make a play.
Fajardo will punt it away. Gets the snap, gets it off, low kick. And that was touched by Dover.
Yeah, that hit a Dover player in the back.
All right. Number 35 makes the recovery, Amir Byram, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Looks like at the their own 49-yard line for the Senators.
This is the second drive in a row. They've gotten pretty good field position.
Make it the 48.
Amir Byram recovers the football.
And they were putting together a decent little drive there with about 2 minutes left in the second quarter before the whole thing stalled down. So they had a little bit of a pep in their step. So let's see if they can get something going here.
So Cosme in the shotgun with 2 receivers behind him on either side. And takes the snap, fakes it to Kilby, option. And that's out to Parker. That's one way to get it to him. He takes it inside the 40 to the 35 and goes out of bounds at around the 31-yard line.
And that's
21-yard gain for Parker.
Yeah, and that's Custis and Burdell on that tackle. And we were talking about it. You got to get Parker the ball. And, the short passing game just wasn't working.
Right.
So they tried a direct snap, and then now they've tried a option, which I like the option.
Right.
I mean, with Kilby and Parker, I mean, you have kind of a natural veer offense right there.
Mm-hmm.
And with Cosme as a running quarterback, I mean, you kind of got it. You kind of already got it personnel-wise.
1st and 10 for the Senators at the 32-yard line of Sussex Central. Parker goes in motion. Read option by Cosme, and he's going to get out of bounds at about the 27.
And that's 20 Harmon forcing him out.
So that's going to be a pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Senators.
Driven out of bounds by Harmon. Pick up the 5, it'll be 2nd down and 5.
By far the best field possession they've had.
Yeah.
I mean, they're one play away from being in the red zone.
Something neither team has been in tonight.
Neither team, which is unusual.
And Parker sprints out to the far side.
I like the green gloves that make them very identifiable.
Right. Fakes the handoff as an option out to number 9, Grady. Grady's got some running down the right side, inside the 10, the 5, near the goal line. Touchdown, Dover.
Really great drive that they put together, and two big plays, one by Parker and one by, we're going to go with 9, right?
I think it was 9. It was either 6 or 9.
I'm going to go with 9, Christopher Grady.
Yeah, we're going with 9 here. Everybody in the press box.
Well, there's 6 of us in the press box, and everybody said a different number, so we're going to go with 9.
So the kick is up, and it's good. Dover takes the 7-0 lead. And we're going to go to a commercial timeout. We'll be right back. First score of the game here in the third quarter, Dover 7, Sussex Central 0.
Oh, hey. I didn't see you there.
Cut. Dude, what was that?
Was that too much? Here at Grandpa Mac, we have something for everyone. Signature pasta dishes, or you can custom create them to order. We serve soups, salads, sandwiches, craft beer, and wine. Grandpa Mac's been serving comfort food here in southern Delaware for the last 3 years, making over 100 pounds of fresh pasta daily. We have a family-friendly environment and are open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. And remember, come follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Dover takes the lead 7-0 with 8:48 to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and Dover gave us 2 6s, a 7, and a 9,
Right.
and we think that was number 8. And we're going to go with Christopher Grady, a freshman.
Until we're told otherwise. Maybe somebody on the field
until
can
we're
tell us
told
differently.
otherwise, yeah.
So Yoder will kick it away. Harmon and Long. And I felt like the first score wins this.
And I'm not seeing great body language from Sussex Central right now. They got a hand on their hips and kind of.
This one goes to Harmon. Takes it at the 10-yard line. Has a wedge up the middle. And there's going to be a flag on the play. 51. Milligan made the stop.
51 with one-arm tackle, just knocked him off kilter, just enough to bring him down. And that's a typical holding call right there. We'll see what they call. That's prime holding territory. Center of the return.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a hold on Sussex Central.
Yeah.
Again, Scott, we talked about penalties at the wrong time.
Well, that would qualify as one right there.
Yeah, I mean, you get a great return.
I mean,
and now the ball's back on the 21.
Harmon had a lane, and the next word out of my mouth was he just had the kicker to beat, and then Milligan stuck his arm.
The big paw,
he stuck out the big paw and swiped him up, knocked him off balance.
So the Golden Knights break the huddle. 1st and 10 from their own 21 following the Dover score.
So let's see if Central can answer.
And it's going to be Long coming to this direction and hit by 66 again. Stevenson and number 7, Nasir Snipes Guzman, his first game back.
Guzman having a nice little game, putting together a good game here. They're happy to have him back.
2 yards on the carry for Long, 2nd and 8. Ball out to the 23.
I think that's Guzman's 4th tackle. So he's starting to rack up the numbers.
And it's going to be play action, rolls out under some pressure, and he's going to throw it away.
That's 29 on the pressure for Sussex Central.
Or no, Dover. Joshua
Dover,
Porter.
sorry.
Yeah, Joshua Porter. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 or 3rd and 8. And I guess now is this going to be a intentional grounding? It is intentional grounding, so that ends up being a loss on the play.
So I don't think he was outside the tackle boxes, and I think it got back to the line of scrimmage.
I thought there was a receiver in the area, but there's blue, coaches wearing blue, so it could have been one of them. That looks like the 2 refs are having an argument.
Now, if they get in each other's face, that'd be the best.
Right.
Bump each other.
Kick dirt. And he's going to go to the other side, Judge.
He's asking if he reached the line of scrimmage.
The 3rd referee decides to join. We had this up at Smyrna last week, where we had ended up being like over 10 minutes of discussion on a call.
For a 5-yard penalty. Yeah, he's saying.
So now the referee's going to break up. They're going to go get another referee involved.
Yeah.
This is great play-by-play here for you folks.
Yeah, I think he was.
So now that referee leaves and the 3 come together.
I'm going with I think he was outside the tackle
Apparently
box.
the line judge doesn't have anything to say because nobody spoke to him yet.
I mean, there's a lot of factors that come into play
Sure.
into this call, but
And I'd rather him get it right.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody else has an opinion that you're going to listen to.
most of the players and fans have no idea. You just make a call.
And they're going to go with the intentional grounding, loss it down.
Wow, okay.
So that's a big loss on the play, too. That's a loss of about 15, 17-yard loss on the play.
No bueno.
Dover now, or excuse me, Middletown now leads Salesianum 20-0. So third and forever, Scott.
We'll have to go back and look at that because
Right.
there's a couple factors in there. Now
Right.
that I think about it,
Third and 33.
I do feel like there was a central receiver somewhere in the vicinity.
Right. Yeah,
But, you know, that's a judgment call.
If it was a Dover coach in the blue or it was a Central
Yeah.
player. Long on the carry.
Well, Dover does have that coach that made that beautiful catch on the
Yes, he
sideline.
did. Yes, he did. So gain of maybe 1 or 2 on the play, and the Knights are going to have to punt it away.
And this is definitely not fourth down territory
No.
for Coach Wells. I mean, that was about as bad a drive as, unfortunately, for Sussex Central. Bad timing, bad drive, mistakes, penalties. Not what you want to see.
Fajardo feet on his just inside his end line of his end zone.
I mean, they had
low snap. He bobbles it. He's going to get it away. And it's going to take a Sussex Central bounce. Nah, he bounces back. Got to get that.
I mean, the first 5 minutes of this half has been all Dover.
That's right. And the ball's they're going to start with the ball at the Sussex Central 43.
And really, it started off with a great return by Long that Milligan made an excellent play on. Then they got hit with holding, and next thing you know, Dover's up 7-0.
And the ball.
And they got the ball on the 35. I mean, huge swing.
Red Lions still leading Delmar 22-0.
That's 13 on the tackle for Sussex Central.
That's
Jace
Peden. Gain, they're going to run. Looks like a gain of about, they're going to say first down, so a gain of 10.
Looks like Parker's going to get the direct snap. I could tell by the bright gloves.
Be right, the green gloves.
Yeah.
And he does. Goes off to the left side, bounces it outside. Long stretches it out, but Parker just outruns him to the sideline.
Long was right there, Johnny, on the spot, and Parker used a stiff arm just to create a tiny bit of space to get a positive. Long eventually got him, but that stiff arm was just enough to get some momentum going.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. Ball sitting on the 20.
I mean, Coach Knapp is not stopping trying to get the ball to Parker in all kinds of ways. He's going to direct snap it again.
This time, that hands off to Abrams, and Abrams has enough for a first down.
Yeah, that was kind of slick, too, that he takes a direct snap and does kind of a little bit of a veer type action.
Yeah, it was a little bit of read option.
Yeah, read option.
So the ball inside the 15, looks like it's sitting on the 13.
Am I showing my age by calling it a veer?
The veer, yeah.
Yeah.
First and 10 Dover. And we're going to have a Sussex Central timeout. And John Wells says, wait a minute, let's figure this out.
Yeah, and he's going right back to Parker getting a direct snap.
So we're going to take a timeout with him. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
I mean, you wonder if Knapp had.
And coming back off the Sussex Central timeout. First and 10, Dover at the Sussex Central 13.
Yeah, really a dramatic difference in the Dover offense this quarter. You're really seeing Parker way more involved. You're seeing some really some explosive runs.
Low snap. Parker's got a reverse field. He's stripped. He's hit again. Thrown down. Ball on the ground. It's picked up by Shields. And Parker gets back up. What a hustle play by Parker. But Shields gets his Sussex Central ball out to the 41.
Wow. Holy camoles.
That's just a hustle play by Parker to keep that from being a run back.
I thought Shields
was gone.
A lot going on. A lot to unpack on that play.
Parker up like a cat.
Yeah. Really, it was a direct snap. I guess Parker was playing quarterback, really. Reverse field, came back the other way, and got stripped.
And got thrown to the ground.
Yeah.
Was able to get back up and make the tackle. So Sussex Central dodges a bullet. And here come the Knights. 1st and 10 at their own 41. Long going to the right, but he is wrapped up.
Wow.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Great tackle by the Dover end. Yeah, that was 52 on that tackle, Stevenson. Man.
2nd and we're going to say no gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Series, Benny.
This has been, yeah. This has been a big third quarter. I always said in a close game, the most important quarter in a football game is the third quarter.
You do always say that.
I do. Every week it's a close game.
It's a close game.
There we go. 2nd and 10 for the Knights.
I mean, I was singing their praises.
Play action. Throws downfield. Has a man. 2 men open. Incomplete.
Interference.
Number 2, Garrett Statler was breaking open.
A lot of contact down there.
Couldn't tell if anybody got the hand on that ball or not, if Statler just broke off his route.
I thought he broke off his route because he got interfered. Yeah.
I'm talking about 2.
Oh, 2.
I thought he broke off his route because he thought 22 was going to catch it.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 10, ball at the 40.
Man. I like how Central went for broke right off the turnover. I always do like that. Go right for the jugular.
In the shotgun. And hands it off to Young. That is sniffed out. Dover with a big stop.
That's number 14 on that play.
Bryant Hartwell.
Big play by the young man.
Play, So 4th and 13 for the Golden Knights. So they're unable to convert the turnover.
I mean, ends up being a huge play by Parker because I thought it was a convoying off to the races, and you're not outrunning that kid. He hopped up after giving up a fumble and made the play on Shields, who's fast.
Fajaka gets it away. It's going to be taken at the 30. And that's Parker. That's number 6, Allen, and brought down by number 12 or 18. Justin Negron. And a flag on the play.
Yeah, Negron, one of their leading tacklers for Sussex Central. And also a wrestler.
Right, absolutely. Brother of the state champ, now wrestling up in Vermont area. So this will be a penalty on Dover. I think he signaled holding, but I'm not sure. He did it awful quick.
Sometimes when you reverse field like that, you get caught. You know, you're engaged with your guy, and he ends up reversing field. You end up having to hold him. Not me personally, Benny.
No,
I have seen that happen.
I never held a person in my life playing football. I got accused of it a lot.
Yeah. Pure accusations, falsely accused.
So the ball goes back to the 23-22 of Dover, 1st and 10 Senators. Cosme back at quarterback, trips to the top of the formation. Cosme takes the snap, fakes the handoff.
He wanted to throw it.
And now he's got Burdell breathing down his neck and throws him to the ground. Big sack for Burdell.
Burdell is a problem. He is a problem. He just sniffed that out.
Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 2 for the Dover Senators.
I think he's fine, but Cosme's a little shook up coming off the field.
Gets the play and gonna hobble back to the huddle. Now he picks up his pace and
He better keep moving, or he's gonna get hypothermia
that's
out
right.
there.
Exactly.
So it's a little.
2nd and 12. Ball at the 20 for the Dover Senators.
It's a touch on the cold side.
2-2 on the edges. Parker comes in motion. Ball's on the ground. Cosme under pressure, hit and driven back. Loss on the play of about 4.
And that's number 18, Justin Negron on
Negron
that play
again,
again.
yes.
Yeah. And he was nice enough to flex when he got up. So
Yes, thank you. We appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Yeah, bad snap. We're going to call it a mishandled snap because we don't know if the snap was bad or the.
Kind of hit him off the shoulder. So it's 3rd and ball's back on the 14. 3rd and about, looks like 18, maybe 19. Going to the earthquake.
Uh-oh.
And that's Abrams. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. Scott, does he have the juice? He does. Touchdown, Dover.
Wow, Abrams with the big play. Tyrone Abrams, number 2, the senior for Dover. He just got a little bit behind that offensive line, that big offensive line to Dover, sneaked out, and he was off to the races. I think the linebackers bit. They stepped up, and Abrams made them pay for it.
Absolutely. We'll call that a 76-yard touchdown run for Tyrone Abrams. Dover goes up 13-0. 2:54 to play in the 3rd quarter, and the Dover fans are coming to their feet. And they brought a good crowd here tonight, Scott.
The Dover crowd's extremely into this game right now.
Yoder on for the extra point. And we're going to have a whistle on the play. And it's going to be offside, Sussex Central. Middletown now up 27-0 midway through the 3rd quarter in our other Class 3A game. Scott, we've been saying all of our broadcasters area too have been saying that Dover's a problem. They've been saying all season long, and they're showing here they're peaking at the right time. State playoffs, 3rd quarter. You know,
I mean, I thought we were going to see it at Dover the last game we had with them.
And they didn't. Tonight they did.
Yeah, they didn't. You know, they got shut down by the Sussex Central defense. But tonight.
Well, but what have they done tonight, Scott? Instead of relying on Kilby and Parker, now they're getting Abrams in the game. They're getting Cosme in the game. They're getting more weapons that Sussex Central has to stop.
Yeah, I mean, Tyrone Abrams, someone that didn't show up on our scouting report.
Right. Well, he usually plays mostly defense. That kick is up, and it's good. Dover takes a 14-0 lead with 2:54 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
You've probably seen this a lot, but not all pest solutions come from a can. At Active Pest Solutions, we don't spray and pray. Professionalism and continuing education sets us apart.
We are Quality Pro certified, the mark of excellence in pest management.
And we have an associate certified entomologist on staff,
providing environmentally sound solutions to our customers.
Our proactive pest plan offers the best pledge guarantee in the industry. We do what others don't.
Active Pest Solutions. Call or visit us online today. It's active without the E.
I'm going with Grady.
And welcome back. 14-0 is your score.
Yeah, really the surprise so far, Benny, on this 14-0, I mean, amongst some other things, is that the people that have scored for Dover have really been guys that, you know, haven't been carrying the load for Dover. It's, you know, we think it's Christopher Grady, a freshman, number 9.
Yeah, even on the roster that I was emailed, number 6 is Tayshawn Allen. There is no number 8 on the that was emailed to me yesterday by Chip Knapp. So we're going to go with Allen on the first one.
And then number 2, Tyrone Abrams, I mean, with an incredible run.
And Yoder will kick it away. And picked up by Harmon at about the 11. Comes back to the middle of the field, comes back to the right side, and taken down, maybe a gain of 2 or about 5 on the return. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights.
And Dover's fired up right now. I mean, they're feeling it. They're feeling the momentum, and they're feeling good about what's going on. And this defensive line for Dover has been playing great all game, and they've been really setting the tone, and they've been excited and flexing and into the game the whole time. So, I mean, you're starting to see them start to take over a little bit here.
So 1st and 10, Sussex Central.
So it's 2:49 left in the third.
And the Knights are going to the shotgun. And passes out to Long, who gets out to about the 20.
Yeah, good catch by Long.
Tackle made by number 23, Troy Johnson.
Yeah, and Troy Johnson really with good coverage. He was all over Long. Long made an excellent catch in traffic. And
Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
And one of the keys of the game was Dover wanted to get Central in a position where they had to throw the ball.
Right.
And that's not where Sussex Central wants to be.
Yes, it's not their genre, so to speak.
Yeah, that's not the position they want to be in here. So.
Hand off to Harmon, coming to the left side, gets it out to about the 23, hit and driven out of bounds. And they say he stayed in.
That's 29 and 88 on the tackle.
Jalen Powell and Jalen Peace. Gain of 2 on the play, 3rd and 3.
It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Sussex Central.
And this is getting down to be really some do or die for Sussex Central because their drives are 6, 7, 8 minutes.
Yeah, they gotta score.
So unless something crazy happens, they need a drive right here.
Gonna be a toss to
Bell.
Is that Bell? And he's got the 1st down.
Yeah, it's number 29 on the tackle again. Jalen Peace. That's 2 in a row for him, forcing him out on the edge.
Gets it out to about the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Sussex Central.
Yeah, this is a drive that Central has to have.
Yeah, this is a must-have now.
And, you know, Dover band knows that a stop here is really going to be a killer for Sussex Central. So they're playing their hearts out over there.
Shotgun formation with Bell to his right. Play action, rolls right, looks downfield, lets it rip, and has a man open and he catches it.
That's Custis.
It's Custis on the catch. Pickup of about 7 on the play, 2nd and 3.
And that's number 9 on the coverage.
So it hits his tight end coming across on the drag pattern. And we're under a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. Morris in the shotgun. Play action. Moves to his left, under some pressure, finds a man open over the middle. Incomplete, broken up by number 23, Troy Johnson.
Yeah, he had number 9, Kate more brittle, and threw in the really double, almost triple coverage. Ball was broken up. Play was broken up, sorry.
3rd and 3 for the Golden Knights. As we said, probably in a must-score situation with 32 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. They trail 14-0. So the whole bottom half of this bracket is like anybody's. We said that from the beginning.
It's all over the place.
And that's Bell hit by number 29, Jalen Peace, driven back.
Dover is fired up.
Gets a yard on his progress, but driven back into the backfield. 4th and 2 for the Knights.
Yeah, and the guards for Sussex Central are talking about that.
And I think the Golden Knights are going to let this clock run down and take it to the 4th quarter, trailing by 2 scores.
Yeah, so the winner of this gets
St. George's.
St. George's at
their home field. It'll be home field for either team.
So this bottom half of the bracket's all over the place.
That's right. Folks, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score, the Dover Senators 14, Sussex Central 0. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned
You may have tried physical therapy,
but
Makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone.
And welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Dover Centers lead 14-0. Sussex Central facing a 4th and 2 from their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they got Bell and Long in the backfield.
And there's going to be the reverse with Long. Has some running room across the 40. Takes it out to about the 43-yard line. First down for Sussex Central.
Yeah, and that's actually Jalen Pease with another tackle. That's 3 in a row for him. After Long picks up the first down. I just think this is an opportune time for Andrew Long. He's a senior. You know, let him, you know, give him the ball 5-6 times on this drive and let's see what he could do. I mean, he's your most trusted short-handed running back.
Harmon goes in motion, hand off to Bell. And maybe a yard on the play.
And that's
number 2 Abrams and 51 Milligan on the tackle.
Yeah, Abrams, like we said, primarily defensive player, so we still.
And he's played, I mean, we've been calling his name both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, and I like what Dover did with Parker, too, getting him at the quarterback position, getting him the ball, pitching it to him on a veer.
Here comes the counter with Long. And he's going to pick up about 4 on the play. Make it a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and that's Milligan again on that tackle. Looks like Kayvon's limping off a little bit.
Give him a gain of 5. Makes it 3rd and 4. And Dover, we said one of the keys was contain the central running game, and they've done that.
This is a very important drive, though. Looks like a reverse again.
It is reverse and pulled down. Number 7, Nasir Snipes Guzman.
Guzman sniffed that out. You can only go to the well
that
so
was
many
long
times.
On the carry.
Yeah, that was the 3rd time they ran that play this drive. So you can only do that so many times before those guys sniff it out.
Big loss on the play, makes it a 4th and 13.
Guzman's been having a great game. I think that's his 6th tackle.
He's waited 7 weeks to get back on the field.
Well, he's making the most of it.
Yes, he is. Play action. Looks over to the right and incomplete. Intended for number 4, Watson. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Had Watson open beyond the 6.
Huge stop, man. Unbelievable. Huge stop by the Dover Senators.
So 1st and 10 for Dover at the Sussex Central 41. And to go to the Wildcat with Parker. And Custis catches him in the backfield. Loss of 4 on the play.
Custis is, I think that's his 10th tackle.
He's been active.
He's been active. I had him at 6 in the first half. Due to some incomplete statistical work on my part.
Red Lion up 30-0 on Middletown, or excuse me, Delmar.
Any Sally score?
34-0 Middletown.
Wow. I didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't either. And it's going to be.
That's 21 on the carry.
That's Kilby. Gets back to 4 and +1, 5-yard carry.
Yeah, and that's number 8 on the tackle, Custis. So even if I was wrong about the 10, he's zeroing in on it anyway.
Right. Third and 9 for Dover.
Let's see if they give him a steady dive to Kilby here. Looks like you got a Parker and Abrams in the backfield with a direct snap.
High snap. Handed off to number 40, Rashid Branch Calhoun.
Yeah,
he's wrapped up in the backfield.
That's 99, Shepard on the tackle.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird formation. Like Parker and Abrams are bunched together.
It looks like the Smyrna Earthquake, but a little looser.
Yeah.
Not so tight up to the line.
And you could make the argument that he's snapping into Abrams too. It's really kind of deceptive.
Gives it a little single wing look, actually.
Now you're going way back.
Way back. I think the last time I saw anybody run a single wing was in the 80s.
Yeah.
4th and 12 for the Dover Senators. Gooder on the punt away, and he's going to take the full clock. And he's going to take the delay.
Why not, right? 7:23 left. 14-0. They're going to get the ball back. Central's going to get the ball back. We'll see what they can do here. But it's getting short on time, Benny. Biggest mystery of this game so far, who was number 8?
Right.
For Dover that scored. Because we have seen 9 on the field, Christopher Brady.
And Yoder gets off a floater, bounces at the 30, takes a Dover bounce down to about the 25, and down at the 24. That's where Sussex Central will take over. 1st and 10 with 7:11 to play in the game. They trail 14-0.
Yeah, do or die right here. Just really not the way I saw this game unfold at all.
I agree with you.
Really did
when
not.
I saw the brackets come out, I was talking amongst some of our other broadcasters, and I said, I can see Dover in the state finals with this bracket. And they said, you're telling me they're beating Central. I said, they could beat Central. I think they could be in the state finals. Long throws downfield to Harmon. Harmon with the catch to the 38, and he's down and going to stay down for a little bit.
I think he called a forearm in the helmet.
It's like a 30-yard pass. 40-yard pass play.
Can't speak too soon.
He jumped right up.
Yeah.
Said, I'm all right.
I thought he took a pretty vicious hit there to the helmet. But
1st and 10 for Sussex Central.
Is it coming down to a barn burner?
Right, ball at the 37 of Dover. Morris in the shotgun. Play action. Looks over, throws it back out to Bell, and Bell takes it inside the 30 to about the 29.
Yeah, it's number 31 on the tackle, Tamir Darden Jefferson.
Gain of 9 on the play. Or gain of 8.
Bell was thinking he was going to run over Darden, but he went real low and upended him.
That's where I would have gone.
Yeah, he goes low, you go lower.
Right. Dover band striking it up across the way.
Dover band, they know when to get in the game.
That's right. Shotgun formation for Morris. Play action. Under some pressure, lets it rip, and intercepted by number 31, Jefferson, and he's going to take it back out to the 34. With
Tamir Darden Jefferson, back-to-back plays, upended Bell, and makes the big interception.
5:45 to play, Scott. That might be the dagger right there.
Oh, man.
Ball gets out to the 35. 1st and 10, Dover. And I think we're going to see that little wildcat formation for the rest of the way. But as I say that, Cosme runs on the field.
Darden Jefferson making a late push to be the pest of the game.
Yes, he is.
Big play on Dover. As slow and imploding the first half was, the second half has been way more
exciting. Yeah. Hand off to Kilby. Pushes ahead for about 4.
You're going to get a steady dose of Kilby here. I mean, with 5:37 left, you might see nothing but Kilby.
Right, he's shorthanded, so, you know.
Yeah. I like predictability as a.
Right.
I would just give it to Kilby, so we'll see.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 ball at the 39-yard line of Dover. Senators looking to completely shake up the bottom half of this bracket. Number 7's already through. They're the 6th seed.
A little 6-7 action in the semis.
It looks like it's going to be that way.
Yeah, going to Kilby again.
And Kilby again. He's got enough for the first down on the 7-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's what your senior running back does there and finishes off games like
Actually,
that.
only a junior.
Junior, sorry. But he's an experienced running back.
Absolutely.
And an all-district selection. And
move the chains, ball out to the 47. 1st and 10 Dover. They lead 14-0 here in the 4th quarter.
yeah, I mean, he's a junior, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, and finishing this game off, so.
Looking to go back home to the state capitol next week for a home game in the semifinals.
Wow.
Pistol formation. Hand off to Kilby. Kilby cuts out to the right side. He's got the first down and more.
Stay in bounds.
Picks up about 12 or 13 on the play. First down, Dover.
Yeah, this is really what position Dover wants to be in. You know, just finish off with Kilby, finish strong, close out the game, get on the bus and get out of here. Get back to Dover and get ready for St. George's.
Right. Who they've already played this year and beat.
Yeah, Central had a shootout, 33-28 with St. George's.
Yeah.
And St. George's beat Dover, right, in a close game?
Yes, it is. And it's going to be Kilby again, right side. Puts his head down, keeps the feet churning. He's going to pick up about 6 on the play. Second down.
A couple more first downs, and that's going to be it. So as we start to wrap up this game, Benny, really some surprises.
I agree. 2nd and 4 for the Senators.
Really,
pistol formation.
Some of the unheralded guys really stepped
into that. Yes, they did.
I think having Guzman back was a huge advantage too.
Oh, Abrams puts the ball on the ground, picks it back up. He's headed down the right sideline. Touchdown, second one of the game for Abrams. Scott, I think the man wants some pizza.
I mean, when you fumble it forward and pick it back up and still score.
For your second score of the game.
Yeah, you got it going on. I'm liking him for player of the game.
Absolutely.
Really, a total reversal of the first game.
Yeah, score-wise, yeah, 20-0 right now.
Total reversal. Unbelievable.
2:57 to play.
Tyrone Abrams making a late push to be player of the game.
Player of the game, yes, sir.
Just like Tamir Darden Jefferson was making a late push to be pest of the game with the interception and the tackle on a 3rd and long.
Yoder on for the extra point. Got the hold down, the kick is up. This one's not gonna make it. It's no good. Your score, the Dover Senators 20, the Sussex Central Golden Knights 0. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Here at Grandpa Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you fresh, quality ingredients. We do fresh pasta, paninis, soups, and salads. We try to be all-inclusive, vegan, gluten-free options. We do a little bit of something for everybody. In the summertime, we make a little over 200 pounds of pasta a day. You can come in and buy fresh pasta. You can bring it home. We're doing curbside pickup right now. A lot of take-to-go. We even have DoorDash if you need it delivered to you. We like to bring you good food fast and not fast food.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. The Dover Senators take a 20-0 lead, as Scott said before the timeout. Total reversal of the first game. 21-0 Sussex Central the first time. 20-0 Dover with 2:57 to play. Winner goes home for a semifinal playoff game against St. George's.
Yeah, really just totally blown away by this reversal. I was thinking 14-7 or 21-14. I certainly wasn't thinking a 3-score, 20-0 total reversal of the last game. I know that Sussex Central, had 2 players out with P.J. Henry and Rafe Steen, but the most impressive thing is, all along we were saying the big guns for Dover have really got to deliver, but that isn't what happened. Really, some of the guys that really haven't called a name and really weren't on some of our scouting reports are the ones that were the difference in the game tonight.
Yoder squibs it. Custis falls on it. 1st and 10, Sussex Central at their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, and really one of the players of the game, and we're going to talk about who it's going to be for the Pests, but you got to talk about Guzman.
Right.
I mean, with that huge sack late in the game, I think he had 7 tackles.
Yeah, over a handful of tackles.
He was all over the place. I mean, he made a couple of tackles in the backfield.
And big tackles at the right time.
Yeah, the other guy is Stevenson, who really had a great game.
And incomplete, intended for Long. Broken up by number 15, Ja'Kai Tillman.
Yeah, Michael Stevenson had had an excellent game. Jalen Peace, he had one stretch where he had, I think, 3 or 4 tackles on consecutive plays.
Dover looking to go back to the state semifinals. The last time they were there, 2018, where they lost in the final 7 seconds to Sussex Central, who went on to win the title that year.
Yeah, and when you win your quarterfinal game, it looks like, at least 20-0 with a shutout. There's a lot of praise to go around.
In an upset.
Yeah, in an upset.
Morris play action, drops back, looks downfield, lets it go. Incomplete, intended for Long.
Yeah, Long's looking for the flag, but I think they both slipped.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on Dover.
That's with 2:44 left.
Dover band's been playing for about 15 minutes, haven't they?
I tell you what, they're making me want to go out there and play. Almost.
It's just a little too cold. Not that we're out of shape or anything. It's just too cold. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Ball at the Dover 43. They trail 20-0 with 2:44 to play in the game.
So, I mean, Coach Knapp's got to be feeling good about this game, got to be feeling good about his chances to take his team to the promised land.
Straight drop back, looks down the right side.
That's intercepted.
That's intercepted.
That's number 9.
By number 9, Crady.
Is that the real number 9?
Right. Takes it back to about the 36.
Yeah, he threw a flag there. That's a block in the back.
Grady with the, that is the dagger. Ball intended for number 4, Watson.
Yeah, this looks like a block in the back on the return. Sometimes people get a little overexcited on those interception returns, try and settle a score, lay somebody out.
And here, I think there's 2 flags on the play. A blindside block on Sussex Central.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike Dover. Offsetting, right? He must have signaled the wrong way.
Yeah.
He must both be on there. Blindside block on Dover, and then the unsportsmanlike. So 30 yards and penalties. Takes it back to the 12-yard line.
I saw the blind side, but I think the other one might have been the celebration.
So Dover retains possession, 1st and 10. Ball at their own 13-yard line.
So let's see if they're going to finish off with a with their top.
Well, I think you just keep the ball in Kilby's hands.
I mean, that's what we thought last year, and then he switched up and
Right.
gave Abrams one handoff, and he scored. There's Kilby with the
Low
ball.
snap, handoff to Kilby. Kilby takes it out to about the 19. Gain of about 6 on the play.
Yeah, it's number 99, Shepard on the tackle.
Mark it at the 20. Gain of 7. 2nd and 3 for the Senators.
And it's closing in on 2 minutes.
I imagine he's going to use the full 30 seconds. He's going to wait for the back judge to start his count. 2 minutes to play.
Really a well-coached game by Dover, too.
I agree. They made some adjustments at the half.
Yeah, really the biggest adjustment was in that second quarter when they switched up how they were using Parker.
Right. Oh, Kilby with some running room. Got the first down. Tackle made by Custis. First down for Kilby.
Yeah, Custis played a really great game.
Senators pick up the first down. Move it up to the 27-yard line. First down and 10.
First and 10 for the Dover Senators. Waiting for the back judge to give him the count. And going to take a knee.
Senators will take a knee.
So Senators, their own version of the victory formation.
Yeah, and the Dover sideline's feeling it now.
They're ready for a state semifinal next week where they'll host St. George's Tech, the Hawks, with an upset victory last night, 13-7 over the number 2 seeded Appoquinimink Jaguars.
Yeah, and Dover deserves all the props today. I mean, they played a masterful game. They did everything they had to do. They had guys step up when they needed to, and really a well-coached game. And for Sussex Central, Benny, shot themselves in the foot a lot. Uncharacteristic mistakes
Right.
that you really don't see a Sussex Central team make, and no sustained drives.
And that's going to be the final knee. Scott, we'll take a quick commercial timeout. We'll come back with our award winners in our post-game show. Folks, we'll be right back.
You've probably seen this a lot, but not all pest solutions come from a can. At Active Pest Solutions, we don't spray and pray. Professionalism and continuing education sets us apart.
We are Quality Pro certified, the mark of excellence in pest management.
And we have an associate certified entomologist on staff.
Providing environmentally sound solutions to our customers.
Our proactive pest plan offers the best pledge guarantee in the industry. We do what others don't.
Active Pest Solutions. Call or visit us online today. It's active without the E. You've probably seen this a lot, but not all pest solutions come from a can. At Active Pest Solutions, we don't spray and pray. Professionalism.
And welcome back to Dover High School. Your final score, the Dover Senators 20, the Sussex Central Golden Knights 0. Here are your post-game stats. Dover, 291 yards, 18 in the air, 273 rushing, 13 first downs, 1 turnover. The Golden Knights, 145 total, 63 passing, 82 rushing, 5 first downs, 2 turnovers. Shields, 8 for 49. Kilby, 17 of 97. Abrams, 3 carries, Scott, 118 yards.
There's my guy right there.
There you go. So let's go to let's get the ants on the board. Scott, who is our Active Pest Solutions pest of the game?
We're going with number 7, the Sears Snipes Guzman.
The Sears Snipes Guzman is the pest of the game for the Dover Senators. And our Louis Pizza player of the game, Tyron Abrams, with the 2 big scores in the second half. A guy that does 3 touches, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was electric, Benny. I mean, he really was. He played a great game on defense, 2 touchdowns. Really one, we thought they were going to try and run the clock out. They were up 14-0. He fumbles it to himself and takes off running down the far sideline for his second score of the night. So really blown away by his performance tonight. Excellent job.
Folks, next week we'll keep an eye on social media. We'll be on the NFHS network. Most likely we'll be in Laurel next week. We'll have to wait till Sunday to see the official brackets, dates, and times. But all games now move to the NFH network. You can sign up and subscribe by going to www.nfhnetwork.com. that's a wrap for tonight. Downstate Game of the Week for Linda Marvel, Matthew Westcott, Dave Marvel, Kristen Mitchell back in the Lewis studio, and Scott Kammerer. I'm Benny Mitchell. Thank you for watching. Again, your final score, Dover 20, Sussex Central 0. Have a safe, sports-filled weekend from all of us here at Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Good night, Sport Delaware sports fans.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.